Have you ever felt like you suddenly became invisible after your 65th birthday? Like your opinions, your wisdom, your very presence became unimportant? Sarah, a 68-year-old retired teacher, described it this way. I was sitting at my grandson's birthday party, trying to join the conversation about politics. The moment I opened my mouth, my son-in-law patted my hand and said, "Now, Mom, let's not worry about complicated things." I've been teaching political science for 30 years. It stings, doesn't it? That moment when someone talks over you, dismisses your ideas, or speaks to you like you're a child. The shocking truth is that 63% of seniors report experiencing some form of disrespect or dismissal due to their age. But here's what you need to know. This isn't about you losing value. It's about others failing to recognize it. Today, I'm sharing 9 powerful ways to handle people who don't give you the respect you've earned through decades of life experience. And let me tell you, the 7th technique completely transformed how my own family treats me at gatherings. Stay with me until the end, because the last strategy is one that less than 5% of seniors know about, yet it's the most effective way to command respect in any situation, regardless of your age. Strategy number 1, recognize when disrespect is happening. Many seniors don't realize they're being disrespected until the pattern is deeply established. By then, it feels impossible to change how people treat you. Meet Frank, a 73-year-old retired engineer. For months, his adult children made financial decisions without consulting him. They'd tell me after the fact, "Dad, we moved some of your investments around. Don't worry about it." I felt helpless, but I didn't know if I was overreacting. Research from the Journal of Aging Studies shows that ageism often starts subtly. Our brains are wired to notice patterns, but we tend to dismiss isolated incidents. When disrespect happens gradually, we adapt to it rather than addressing it, creating what psychologists call learned helplessness. Start a respect journal. For 1 week, write down every interaction where you felt dismissed, interrupted, or talked down to. Note who was involved, what happened, and how it made you feel. This simple act helps you recognize patterns and validates your experiences. When Frank did this, he noticed that his children bypassed him on financial matters, but still sought his advice on home repairs. This awareness helped him have a focused conversation. "I notice you make financial decisions without me, but you trust my judgment on home projects. I'd like the same respect for my financial choices." Have you ever realized someone was treating you disrespectfully only after it had been happening for a while? Type "aware" in the comments if you've had this eye-opening moment and share what made you finally notice it. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Strategy number 2, set clear boundaries without apology. After decades of putting others first, many of us struggle to set boundaries, especially with family members or healthcare providers. Eleanor, my 70-year-old neighbor, visited her doctor for persistent back pain. The young physician barely looked at her chart before saying, "Well, at your age, aches and pains are normal. You should expect these things." Eleanor left without the help she needed, feeling diminished and defeated. Studies show that medical professionals spend 20% less time with older patients and are more likely to dismiss their concerns as normal aging. This is called implicit ageism, unconscious bias that affects how people treat seniors, even when they don't intend harm. Prepare and practice a simple boundary statement. "I need you to specific action. This matters to me because brief reason." When Eleanor returned, she was ready. "I need you to investigate my back pain like you would for any patient. This matters to me because I've been active all my life, and this pain is not normal for me." Her doctor ordered tests that revealed a treatable condition. The key is delivering your boundary statement calmly, making eye contact, and not apologizing for having needs. Practice in front of a mirror until it feels natural. Has a medical professional ever dismissed your concerns because of your age? Raise your hand in the comments by typing "hand" and share what you wish you had said in that moment. Strategy number 3, use the wisdom bridge technique. There's often a communication gap between generations that leads to dismissal of seniors' perspectives as outdated or out of touch. Harold, a 77-year-old former business owner, felt frustrated when his grandson ignored his career advice. He acts like everything I know became worthless just because I didn't use computers in my day. The disconnect left both of them feeling misunderstood. Cognitive psychologists call this the temporal relevance bias, the tendency to value recent information over historical knowledge. Modern society changes rapidly, creating the illusion that past experience has little relevance to current challenges. This bias affects how younger generations perceive seniors' input. Use the wisdom bridge technique. Start by acknowledging what's different today, then build a bridge to the timeless principle from your experience. When Harold tried this approach, he said, "The technology in business has completely transformed since my day. That's very different. But what hasn't changed is how to read people and build trust with clients. Let me tell you how I turned an angry customer into my biggest account." By acknowledging what's changed before sharing wisdom, Harold created a bridge his grandson could cross. The key is connecting your experience to principles that remain valuable rather than specific methods that might be outdated. What wisdom from your life experience do you think would surprise younger people with its relevance today? Share one timeless lesson you've learned in the comments and start with things change, but strategy number 4, master the art of the redirect. Some people automatically shift to a condescending tone with seniors, especially in service interactions or technical discussions. Martha, a sharp 69-year-old retired accountant, went to buy a new smartphone. The young salesperson immediately started showing her the simplified senior phones with big buttons. He kept saying things like, "This won't be too complicated for you. And don't worry, this is very easy to use," Martha recalled. "I've been doing my own taxes on computer software for 25 years. Psychologists call this elder speak, the tendency to use simplified vocabulary, exaggerated tones, and childlike explanations when talking to older adults. It stems from stereotypes about cognitive decline rather than responding to the actual person. Use the redirect technique. Calmly acknowledge their assumption, then immediately redirect to what you actually need. "Martha tried this. I appreciate you showing me these options. Actually, I use my phone primarily for financial management and photography. Can you show me models with the best camera quality and security features?" The redirect doesn't confront the disrespect directly, which can create defensiveness, but smoothly steers the interaction toward respectful treatment. Has someone ever explained something simple to you as if you couldn't possibly understand it? Type redirect in the comments if you've experienced this, and tell us what you wish you had said in that moment. Strategy number 5, leverage the power of allies. Confronting disrespect alone can be exhausting and often ineffective, especially in family dynamics that have been established for years. Robert, a 74-year-old widower, found himself increasingly sidelined at family gatherings. "My children would talk about me as if I wasn't there. Dad doesn't like spicy food," they'd say, without even asking me, even though my tastes have changed. Robert felt frustrated but didn't want to create conflict. Social psychologists call this social validation. We're more likely to change our behavior when multiple people point it out. Having allies amplifies your message and helps overcome the tendency for people to dismiss concerns from a single source. Identify at least one ally who notices the disrespect and is willing to speak up. Brief them beforehand on what would help. Robert's 42-year-old daughter noticed what was happening. He asked her to help redirect conversations back to him when others talked about him in the third person. At the next dinner, when his son said, "Dad won't want to try that dish," his daughter stepped in. "Why don't we ask him? Dad, would you like to try the new recipe?" This simple intervention from an ally changed the dynamic without creating confrontation. Who in your life might be a good ally to help ensure you're treated with respect? Tell us about someone who already stands up for you by typing their relationship to you, like "my youngest daughter" or "my neighbor," in the comments. Strategy number 6, the experience archive method. People often underestimate seniors' knowledge and capabilities based solely on age, leading to missed opportunities to contribute and feel valued. James, a 67-year-old retired mechanic, volunteered at a community center. When they planned renovations, the committee overlooked his input. They were discussing how to fix the heating system, struggling with the budget, while I sat there having managed million-dollar construction projects for 30 years. Cognitive scientists call this expertise neglect. the failure to recognize specialized knowledge in others when it doesn't fit our expectations. Because seniors aren't often asked about their expertise, valuable skills remain hidden, reinforcing the cycle of underestimation. Create an experience archive, a brief, ready-to-share summary of your most relevant skills and experiences for different situations. James prepared a casual way to mention his background. You know, when I managed the convention center renovation, we faced a similar heating challenge. We found a solution that cut costs by 30%. Would you like to hear about it? The key is delivering this information as a helpful offer, not defensively. Having it prepared means you won't fumble or seem like you're trying too hard to prove yourself. What valuable skill or experience do you have that most people don't know about? Share one expertise from your experience archive in the comments. You might be surprised how many others appreciate your knowledge. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Strategy number 7, the strategic independence technique. Well-meaning people often try to help seniors with tasks they're perfectly capable of doing, gradually eroding independence and self-confidence. Doris, a vibrant 78-year-old, noticed her children taking over more and more tasks when they visited. My daughter would just take the knife out of my hand and say, "Let me cut that for you, Mom," or my son would grab my grocery bag saying, "That's too heavy." I started feeling useless in my own home. Gerontologists call this benevolent ageism, helping older adults based on assumptions rather than actual needs. While it comes from good intentions, research shows this behavior actually accelerates functional decline by reducing physical activity and diminishing self-efficacy. Use the strategic independence technique. Proactively demonstrate capability while graciously directing help where you actually want it. Doris started saying, "I can manage this cutting. My arthritis isn't bothering me today, but I would appreciate help with opening that jar." This approach let her maintain independence where possible, while still allowing her family to help. The strategic part is choosing your battles. Demonstrate independence in areas important to your self-image, while accepting help for tasks that are genuinely difficult or less important to you. Has someone ever insisted on helping you with something you could easily do yourself? Type "capable" in the comments if this has happened to you, and tell us how it made you feel. Strategy number 8, master the art of conversational leadership. Seniors often find themselves talked over, interrupted, or excluded from conversations, particularly in group settings with different generations. Walter, a 71-year-old retired professor, loved family gatherings but felt increasingly sidelined. Conversations would swirl around me, but whenever I'd start speaking, someone would interrupt or change the subject. I began to feel like a ghost at my own dinner table. Communication researchers call this conversational dominance, where certain speakers receive more attention and interruptions are unevenly distributed. Studies show seniors experience up to 3 times more interruptions than younger adults in mixed-age conversations, creating a self-perpetuating cycle where they eventually stop trying to contribute. Use 3 techniques of conversational leadership. First, the bridge technique. Listen for topics where you have relevant experience, then start your contribution with "that reminds me of," to establish clear relevance before sharing. Second, the headline-first approach. Start with your main point before giving background details, which ensures your key message lands even if you're interrupted. Third, the narrative hook. Begin with, "Let me tell you a quick story about." Research shows people are programmed to stop and listen to stories, reducing interruptions. Walter tried these approaches, starting his comments with, "That housing issue reminds me of," and "Here's what worked for us during the housing crash." He found people interrupting him less and listening more attentively. Have you noticed certain phrases or approaches that help you be heard more effectively in group conversations? Share your conversation tip in the comments by starting with "I get heard when I." Strategy number 9, the reciprocity principle. Some people simply don't recognize the value of seniors' perspectives, creating a persistent pattern of disrespect that's difficult to change through direct confrontation. Betty, an 81-year-old former business owner, felt constantly dismissed by her new son-in-law. He'd ask everyone at the table for input on his business challenges, but when I offered suggestions, he'd nod politely and immediately ask someone else. My daughter noticed it too. The psychologists call this the respect-reciprocity gap. We tend to respect those who have demonstrated respect for us. When someone hasn't personally witnessed your accomplishments or capabilities, they may fail to extend initial respect, creating a cycle where you never get the chance to earn it. Use the respect-reciprocity principle. Instead of trying to earn respect directly from the dismissive person, focus on building strong, visibly respectful relationships with others in their presence. Betty started asking thoughtful questions about her granddaughter's college experience when her son-in-law was present. She engaged deeply with her neighbor's career challenges at a family barbecue. People responded warmly to her wisdom, and gradually her son-in-law witnessed others valuing Betty's perspective. This indirect approach works because humans are social learners. We take cues from how others behave. Seeing multiple people respect you creates a powerful social proof that's difficult to ignore. Who is someone that deeply respects and values your opinion? Share their first name or relationship to you in the comments and tell us one thing they often come to you for advice about. We've explored 9 powerful strategies for handling disrespect, but there's one truth that underpins them all. Your dignity is non-negotiable. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." At this stage of life, you've earned the right to withdraw that consent. Remember Frank, who reclaimed his voice in financial discussions, and Martha, who redirected the condescending salesperson. Each of them recognized a fundamental truth. Respect isn't just something nice to have, it's essential to your well-being. Studies show that seniors who successfully maintain respectful relationships live longer, experience less cognitive decline, and report significantly higher life satisfaction. By using these strategies, you're not just improving your social interactions, you're potentially adding healthy years to your life. I'd love to hear which of these 9 strategies resonated most with you. Was it the wisdom bridge technique, the strategic independence approach, or perhaps the power of finding allies? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It helps others find this information too. And consider subscribing to our channel for more practical wisdom on navigating life's challenges after 60. Remember, each gray hair represents a problem solved, a lesson learned, a victory won. You've earned not just respect, but admiration. Now go forward and claim it. Until next time, reminding you that the best is yet to come.